Welcome to this special edition, Doug Stanhope, Kristine Levine SwapCast, direct from the Red Lion Lounge, Portland, Oregon. Featuring Doug Stanhope, Kristine Levine, Andy Andrist, and Amy Bingaman. We join our show, already in progress.
We were here at the Red Lion because I remembered we had to check in. It was, your room won't be ready for 30 minutes. So we came back down to this bar, half a mile away.
Right. Which is the Red Lion.
The Red Lion, gorgeous. If I have not already said this, it's in my top 5 fucking day drinking bars that are attached to hotels.
Well, not only was your room not ready, the bar was closed.
The bar was closed. We've been over that. It wasn't going to be open until 4. That was the big deal breaker. That's what pissed me off at first, where I go, can I just get out of this? And Cunty Jarvis said, no, sir, there's no refunds. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't. Andy, just let it go. You're creating more problems, dropping that mic all over the floor than you're helping.
That was a walk-off.
So we came here, then we went back there, and that's when we tried to, we found a million problems. Like, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of this room. I'm not paying for this room.
Right.
It's $62. It's not a big fucking deal, but it was the principle of the thing, and it was how cunty Jarvis was. So,
and a number of other things.
But
like
you know
ice
what?
Machines,
No ice
like
machine.
It's a cunty chain because I stopped in there and they had no coffee at noon, and the guy was like kind of smug about it. Like, well, no, we take the coffee away at noon. Like, fuck you, Ramada.
You're right, they are Ramadan, the ISIS.
It's between noon and 4. It's all Mormon. No caffeine, no alcohol. I don't know what he's got going
We're
on
a dry
there.
hotel.
Yeah, dry. No, not even ice.
We're a shitty, depressing
Even
place,
our
but
water-
we don't serve coffee.
Can't be out.
Yeah.
Don't yell at me.
So we check out. I booked this place. Fuck you. I'll get my money back through Expedia. I can beat those Indians down, and I couldn't. And Bingo's turned over some tall ficus plants on the way out.
God, you guys were fucking a mess.
Yeah, fuck those fake
You were
plants.
pissed off.
I was pissed, and then I called fuckface Jarvis afterwards, and I go, you know what? First of all, the downstairs reeks of fucking weed smoke. I threatened to, hey, let's bring the police in.
Right.
And then,
You tweeted about a bunch of it.
well, afterwards, that's when I got back here. That's when I met the 2 old ladies that were here. And they go, we recognize you from the lobby there. And then they were telling me how the Jarvis was giving some old man shit for whatever reason, saying, sorry, your room, you're not going to have that room. And he's like, well, I booked it weeks ago, and what? And he's like, I'm sorry, sir. He's like, I have no place to go. I booked this online. And I told those ladies that it's better off they didn't get bed bugs. You just have to drop bed bugs. The word bed bugs cures any, like if you put bed bug in a Yelp review, everything else that you could say positive about the place, you give it a 10-star review out of 5 and go, Jarvis was the sweetest guy. He was so charming. I didn't even mind the cacophony of bed bugs marching up my urethra in the night and the tickle peas it gave me in the morning. It was fine because Jarvis was the sweetest bird-looking.
The Ramada Inn's a lot like the Hotel California minus the pink champagne on ice. It's just a shithole you're fucking stuck in, and your wife's there, and the fucking dogs and shit. Yeah, it's it's called, you know why it's called the Ramada? They shortened it from Ramadan, which is, something for the Muslims. In fact, isn't our...
Andy, that would work if we had racist listeners.
Oh, no.
Put that in a Yelp review. You don't need to use that on the air.
Muslims. I'm sorry, did I say it wrong?
Didn't they try to say they were going to call the police or something because they were pissed off at you?
Then
because you tweeted it?
Then I talked to him after I booked this place. We came back to the good place, the Red Lion. Top 5 drinking bars of all time. I should know the name of this bar, but it's the fucking Red Lion bar at the
Portland,
Red Lion
Oregon.
Airport.
You can't even access it without driving through like a parking lot.
And it says that there's online or track betting.
It used to be off-track betting. They don't have that anymore. But
yeah,
we can race each other around and put money on it. We had money on how late you'd be, and I took the over that you'd be over 40 minutes late, and you were an hour,
right.
full hour. Bam, on the money. Like clockwork, you're an hour late.
Yes.
So I put that. I called Jarvis, and then I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Since you don't want to, if you don't want to refund my money, you want to be a little cunt man about this fucking $60, then like it comes out of his pocket.
Right.
You know, you're not Mr. Ramada. You're being a cunt because you have a fucking name tag that gives you authority. You have a bigger name tag than the other guys and a different colored Oxford shirt.
Right.
So I said, well, what I'll do then is I will give my hotel room keys to the homeless, and I'll let them stay here because I'm staying at the fucking Red Lion, bitch. And he said, well, if they do any damage to that room, I'm going to charge your credit card. I go, I don't even know if they'll be in the room. They might be out front in the hallway cooking sausages over an open flame. Not my problem.
Right.
So then he said, well, sir, now you're not only kicked out of the hotel, you're also still not getting a refund. So I went, all right, we're going to have to put this to the Killer Termites, which I hate. Listen, my fucking Twitter base, I know you're fucking relentless, and I hate to use you for petty $60 skirmishes with a fucking beat-nosed fucking failure man.
They come through.
We did.
They came through. I just put on Twitter, this guy, not only was he refusing me a refund, but these two old ladies, we met the two old ladies that had a beef there and also witnessed an old guy. And they, what's wrong with that man? And so I took a picture of the two old ladies. I said, there was also a bully to these old ladies.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help straighten this out with the phone number of the Ramada, which their phone did not stop ringing. Even like Duncan Trussell tweeted me, and he goes, I'm trying to get through. I can't get through. It was like saying
Marilyn
caller
Manson's
7.
Manager.
Yeah, the
called
tour
in.
manager of Manson's like, I'm fucking calling this cocksucker right now.
What was really funny is when I dropped you guys off and we caused a mini stir up just to the room, and then you guys were just going to be here to relax and read, and I was like, they're not going to stay. It's trouble. It's just fucking
trouble.
It smelled like trouble. But that's the lobby of the Ramada. It smells like something, and you try to piece it together, and it's like meth, urine, and Jarvis's failure.
I don't know
sweat.
if this is part of what got fucked up when we were talking about it before, but that fucking thick weed smell for an entire block of the first floor. I don't care about weed, but if you're allowing people to smoke weed that blatantly in your hotel and you don't give a fuck, that means it ain't Willie Nelson on the other side of room 124.
Well, it's also not July in Oregon. Because in July, we're going to be smoking weed in the fucking Ramada. That's for the losers.
Well, yeah. You know what? If you've stayed there, I can suggest if you've stayed there and had a bad experience like me, leave a Yelp review.
It's the kind of
If you've
hotel
ever
where
gotten
you can't
bed
even
bugs
come
from
in.
that place, definitely make sure people
mention
know about that.
Open
But no,
sores,
don't do that.
Open sores, you can't quite figure out where you got them, but you suspect. Go ahead, Yelp it up, bitch. Don't be a passive aggressive. Do something with your life.
Weed drugs.
Andy's wife has the Edgar Winter group.
Yeah, so
disease or something.
I don't know if it's a long term. It is a long term. So I'm auditioning ladies to be the new wife,
Wait
and
a minute, I might work out for
I want to
that.
go with
Shit, Junior Stopka right now.
Japanese woman
What
that can
about
do a Japanese woman that can do sushi, and that's number one. And then
We're gonna take a quick break right now.
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope, Kristine Levine SwapCast.
So eventually we're gonna get a CD.
So you're gonna
I'll
get a
plug the
CD.
shit out of it.
People do ask me even, like, still, like, I just got a tweet about it the other day. When's it coming out? I'm like, oh no, we're fucking working on it. I got sick, I'm sorry. Anyway, so we're gonna do that, and then I have an audiobook coming out of my Corn Clark essays and stuff that I fucking did. And
Is that self-published as a book anywhere?
yeah, no, it's not a real book, but we're just gonna do the audiobook. I already wrote the essays down, you know. Why make a real book now? Who cares?
All right, yeah.
So we're just gonna sell the tracks like record tracks.
Good,
you know?
sell
if
it,
they want to
yeah.
hear,
Fuck
hear
yeah.
the story, then they can listen to me yell about it.
nobody reads.
You know what? I wish there was.
Nobody
I wish
reads
there was
anymore.
some kind of company online that sold like books that other people read for you, so you don't have to. But it doesn't exist. So here we go. No sponsors.
I just did that myself.
Like something Audible, but that's on a .com. But no such fucking company
God, if
exists.
only somebody would. I don't
Something
know. I
Audible,
can't
but
think of
a
it.
.com.
Right.
You can't. I'm clueless.
Too bad the
Maybe we
blind
can work it
can't
out.
read.
I don't know.
Yep, just like Joe Rogan talks about, when are we going to have spacesuits and jet packs and we can zoom
Yeah,
all over?
flying cars.
Yeah, when are we going to have someone that reads books
Reads a book
and you
to
can just
you.
download it online?
So that you You don't have to do
Don't
it.
know
I
anybody
feel
who
like
does anything.
I feel like this country has just gotten used to squirt cheese. There you go.
And then I also am on Portlandia.
Portlandia, you've been on how many episodes of that now?
Like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 now.
As much as you can stand to watch and a couple more?
I know. But I was on
Andy,
like 3
take off your
episodes.
goddamn hat so you have some peripheral vision
I was
so
on,
we can
I was on like,
There we go.
yeah, there you took off
There you
that.
go.
I was on like 3 episodes this year, and I had my own episode with you know, okay, my TV husband, you know, that guy, like we play the swinger couple, like the perverty couple,
Alright.
because that's a good call for me. And that guy wrote the movie Falling Down. He doesn't know I know this, so sometimes I'm like, so Kurt Russell. Whatever, Michael Douglas.
Michael
whatever.
Douglas, yeah, I was gonna
Michael
say
Douglas,
Kurt Russell Falling
I'm
Down.
like, Michael Douglas, he seems like an okay actor. So just throw it out there and just kind of let it dangle in conversation.
right.
He just doesn't pick it up. It's really funny.
What was the Bobcat one? It was like Falling Down, but with no plot, which was good.
Oh, yeah. I
Killing
heard
or
about that.
murder was in the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's
Bill
him
Murray's
doing
brother?
everything that we talked about
Right.
at the
There's
bar.
A lot to do, yeah.
With actually very little plot. It's just a lot of murder. Then you go, all
That was a
right, the movie's as good as the trailer, only longer. But it's not better.
No.
Where the Michael Douglas is like, all right, stop with the he has a backstory.
Yeah.
Just get to the killing people.
Get to the killing part.
Yeah,
It's
his
like
car
their
his car
revenge.
broke down. That's enough for me.
That would, I know. That's
If I
what
had a
mean.
weapon or a bat, yeah, my
But that's
fucking
why
car.
I love my this guy, because like that's a big deal writing that movie. It's a big deal, and you know
Isn't it made?
he's so
Going wrong.
modest about it. Anyway, so I was on Portlandia a bunch, and I got a great horrible review from the AV Club. The AV Club said that I was muted. That's what they called me.
Muted?
Yeah.
What does that
well,
even
yeah,
mean?
It means that I was like really not funny, just toned down and really not whatever. Because of course that's what everybody thinks of me when they see me.
I don't even know what that
It
means.
was so fucking stupid. No, the AV Club reviewed 2 of the episodes that I was in, and both times fucking hated me. And I was like, I don't know who I fucked over there or what I
What
did.
TV show
The
gets a
AV Club,
fucking
but they-
review of just a single episode?
No, the AV Club does it all the time, and it's super. They review like almost every TV show.
Well, if you're gonna review every episode of Portlandia,
Yeah.
that means you have to want to out-cunts the cunts.
Right.
Like, all right,
Right.
you know what? People who don't like anything watch Portlandia.
Right.
So we have to not like anything that people who hate everything like.
Exactly.
I remember a tweet where
No, that's right.
I said, "Oh, I had an idea for a Portlandia script, which is more than they've ever had."
But it's basically about, that's all Portland is about right now. It's about like hating things. Even like, oh God, like I'm struggling with even being here as a comedian, because like I have this joke that I want to tell about these 2 homosexuals that call the black guy a nigger. And I can't even tell that joke anywhere in the city because
of the
I'm afraid
niggers?
of losing friends. Shut up! because I'm afraid of losing friends. And this is a great story. This black guy parked in a handicap spot, and these 2 gay handicap guys were like gonna call him out on it. And my son and I were like, I told Christopher, I go, oh, let's watch this because this is gonna get great. These 2 homos are gonna lose their minds.
Handicap fight.
Yeah, and then turns out the black guy is handicapped. He runs into the store for some Bud Light while he's on his way to a little girl's birthday party.
Product placement.
Yeah. So like I know that he's on his way to a little girl's birthday party.
The real story is Rolling Rock, but I made her change it to Bud Light to appease the sponsors.
But we're not saying black.
Nothing says rock and roll like Bud
No,
Light. Enjoy Marilyn Manson.
He was black and handicapped, or
No, he wasn't. No,
black?
he was
Okay.
partially handicapped. But
Okay.
anyway, so I've got this whole story about what happened and the fight that ensued, and how I observed, these liberal gay guys be the total racist fucks against this dude, and I cannot tell that joke.
Well, we'll hear that on the 3rd album, the really racy one.
Gay?
No, I'm gonna say I'm doing it. I'm doing
Levine
it.
Large, a trilogy.
I got dirtier and dirtier.
Andy, you wanted to pile on the depression here?
Yeah.
She's got rheumatoid arthritis.
She's got rheumatoid.
57-year-old son that still lives at home.
And I used to have I got molested by Pat Spleen, molester, and because I was molested and post-traumatic for years, I'd have an empathy well. And anytime I'd hear a sad story, I'd fucking weep like a cunt. Like, oh shit, I'd see a ad for some, he's away from this kid, and I'd cry or whatever. But it's just misplaced emotion. And now I hear about somebody with rheumatoid arthritis, and I know genre. I don't care. My wife has a brain disease, and it takes every bit of compassion I can well up or read about in Hallmark cards, and I can be there and be okay. So after the Marilyn Manson concert, I picked my wife up from chemotherapy, conveniently in the same town.
For the record, this brain disease is something that almost nobody
Sponsored
has.
by Erdheim-Chester disease.
Nobody gets in the brain. They get it, but not in their brain.
The NFL ain't gonna wear an Erdheim-Chester colored jersey.
Let me just say, this is so much sadder than my situation. Andy's situation is so much sadder that years ago when this first happened to your wife, Andy, I remember you talking to me about it, and I said, yeah, everything sucks, and you said to me, you know, when I want to kill myself, I'm not going to call you to talk me out of it. Because I was like, yeah, this is awful. I was validating you.
When I was
Wait, I'm gonna fuck it up. I don't know who said what, but at some point Andy told you that he was weeping because of his wife, and you said, "Oh, you're chemo sobbing."
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chemo sobby.
I was getting to that after the Marilyn Manson concert. I was maybe a little shaky because I was excited to see Marilyn Manson, as you would be. But I'm picking my wife up a couple hours later after waking up at the chemotherapy, and I have to be there. People who get chemo, or it's like PMS with steroids, and you throw in cuntiness, and that's what you get. And I left her luggage sitting as I drove off. I had to smoke the weed.
Picked her up.
Yeah.
First of all, let me back up. Andy's the one who dropped us off at the Ramada.
Right.
After we had a cocktail here waiting for our room. Dropped us off there. And I'm like, what time do you have to pick her up? He's like, it doesn't really matter. They just wheel her out whenever. She's just fucking getting chemotherapy. She doesn't know where the fuck she is.
Well, she was still hooked up to the IV. I'm like, inconsiderate. That is some shit, right? Like, I texted you an hour ago saying I'm on my way, and she's
having
still
a Bloody Mary. You know, get unhooked. I'll be there in a while.
We're day drinking, and you're hooked up to an IV, you inconsiderate motherfucker. But I try to be patient. But I left her luggage, and that's why I'm here, because I left her luggage, and it involved a lot of weeping. And the hospital threw her luggage in the dumpster, and then I go, was it anything important? And yeah, every fucking t-shirt was important and had sentimental value, and I was an asshole.
The bag was all clothing, but that was the black blouse you bought me for my birthday.
Everything mattered.
Everything had some sentimental
it was
value.
that thing you and Delaney got me that I really liked for my birthday, but weekend chemotherapy, like you can't even go, well, we'll replace it at Walmart.
And folks at home, that's a 2.5-hour drive each way to go through a dumpster where the hospital said, yeah, we did find a bag like that, but it was just closed, so we threw it in the dumpster. So
yeah, a hospital said we just chucked it in the dumpster.
That's so weird.
And so I thought I was over this behavior, but I just resumed punching myself in the face a lot. Like, I was like, God damn it, you stupid mother. But a few hours ago, I was having fun with Marilyn Manson and Doug and Bingo. And then I'm back with chemo head, and I'm punching myself in the garage thinking, what do I got around here I can die with? Punching bag ain't gonna do it.
It was such a great... I don't know if anyone was aware of the moment outside of yourselves, but when you showed up, Kristine shows up at the bar with Andy, and she's telling me about her rheumatoid arthritis and how fucked she is as a human being.
Yeah.
And Andy's telling Kristine about the fucking chemotherapy, and that's where I heard the chemo sobby story.
Yeah.
And he's like cracking jokes wise, like we're talking about a day of playing, company softball in front of a bartender, where you're talking about that, and he's talking about his wife dying, and we're talking about how shit-faced we've been for 3 days.
Well,
here's the wagon.
Here's the shit too. The fucking shit is I clip dandelions, and I put a nice bouquet together. Every time she goes up to the chemo, I know she's gonna be flat on her back and needs a fucking flower to stare at. It was because I was loaded.
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope, Kristine Levine SwapCast.
Did you
All right, that's this is the last segment, and God knows how long it'll last. I have to plug shit. The Canadian tour is in the works. The UK tour, we just booked the Apollo Hammersmith, and it's almost sold out in the first 2 days.
The biggest club you ever play is the
Yes.
Apollo Hammersmith, and we're halfway sold out
More
already.
than that.
Yeah, more than halfway
By the
sold
time
out.
you hear it, it will be sold out. And everyone keeps sending me stuff. If you're sending me like, hey, come to my club, and Hennigan's on top of all that. And everyone is saying, well, is that the only... I get a lot of these. You're only playing one fucking gig in the... No, that's the first gig I booked.
Right.
We'll be booking other gigs. I don't know if we'll be to Bournemouth. We'll be in the fucking major ones
But
anyway.
you hate the UK. Why do you keep going back?
Because they fucking want.
They pay you.
The gigs are
Money.
good.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
gigs are good.
Being
Yeah.
there. It's
This-
just.
it's the same reason you don't have a cell phone.
Shut up!
Money. Money.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna fucking turn on my cell phone. I got money because people
The
started
fucking-
to PayPal it.
the nice emails I get from the UK are fucking brutal, more brutal than the hecklers that don't like me.
I know.
Yo, fucking
Oh.
cunt, you're only playing one fucking... It's the only one I know about. I find out about these gigs the same way you do. Like, Brian will put it on my fucking Twitter because he
Yeah,
knows I was
okay.
drunk when he texted me. Hey, put this on your Twitter. And then if I don't do it immediately, he'll put it out. And then I go on my Twitter. I go, oh, fuck.
Look, I'm
I mean,
doing a gig.
And by the way, if something just went on sale and it says it's sold out when you try to buy tickets, check again, because we try to use brown paper tickets exclusively. And the bigger the venue, the less likely it is that we're able to do that. Because most of the monster fucking venues are in some kind of corporate shackles,
That's
some
right.
contract with a fucking Live Nation or what's the old one that was the
Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster. So we can get an allotment of brown paper tickets, a small amount that don't have fuck you rapist ticketing fees, and then the rest, hey, you should have been there first when we had a small sliver of brown paper tickets. So when you see sold out, if it just went on sale, it's probably just the brown paper tickets that are sold out. Now go through the venue and find the Ticketmaster, whatever, and yeah, you're gonna get a bad beat on a fucking fee. Because I can't change the goddamn world. I figured that out. I cannot beat corporate America all by myself when I spend most of my days sitting in a fucking off-track betting bar that doesn't even have off-track betting.
You can't-
Everybody's
can't-
here. I was down Stanhope. What do you mean?
You can't beat
Everybody's
corporate
listening to
America.
you.
You can only hope to contain Jarvis.
Right. I don't know what I'm doing for these
One
tours.
Jarvis at a time.
Yeah.
I am
that's
going
America.
to the UK and hopefully fucking Europe too. And I have to write this dumb book. That announcement just came out. That's the one
Oh
I've been
my
teasing,
God.
What's the
saying
du-
no one cares.
What's the
Yeah.
dumb book? You got
I
a
got a
title?
fucking book deal.
You got a title?
I have a working title, but I'm not even going to put it out there.
Look,
But-
I have seen. Look,
So who's the- who's the deal?
no, the first 5 years that I knew you, you didn't know my name. How are you remembering? all of
Yeah, no, he's
You called me Mamu. You introduced me as Mamu at my own.
It's
fucking
being
show.
Still call you Mamu.
it's being ghost written by his dead brain cells. He's trying to call them all
I'm
up.
doing a lot of it autobiography style.
Right.
I'm just calling up like, all right, what were the specifics with that? You know, Mother was played a titty dancer aside Tanya Lee Davis
Yes, yes. I
for
remember that.
P. Diddy
Yes.
in some MTV music. And I'm like,
remember
all right,
that.
now I'm going to
I
have to
remember
reach
that.
out to Tanya Lee Davis and find out the details because I remember
Oh.
it happened. So yeah, I'm going to have to be making a lot of
You
phone
got to
calls.
get close
to
to
old
Tanya
friends.
Lee.
Like, how are you gonna get it all?
Yeah, like, all right, there's some shit I didn't even like.
I think you're going to have
Just
to
know
travel.
this stuff because the through line, a lot of it will be, of course, it's all autobiographical.
Autoerotic.
But Mother is the through line.
Yes.
You know, with the from the beginning of her fucking jerking off dogs to the assisted suicide.
Yes.
But I didn't even. My mother was so difficult to listen to. She was just a blathering fucking
she'd tell you about an 8-hour day at scale.
No, I
like
remember.
you have to spend 8 hours to listen to the whole. And then I had to go. I get a fucking park, and this cunt in front of me didn't know how to fucking park. He says like a 6-point turn. I'm like, you fuck. All right.
Chapter 15. I hate
I-
the fucking Russians.
Can I just tell a mother story one time?
Yeah.
I was staying with Patty one time, and we went over, L.A. Patty, and I went
At
over.
the time, I lived in an apartment.
Okay.
Patty still lives in hers, and Hennigan now lives in mine. They're
Yes.
rent control places in West Hollywood. And
That's where
so
Mother
when I
used to
moved
live.
Mother out, she moved into mine. I moved down to what is now Patty. So it's, I think it's a dozen apartments in one
Yes.
building. And there's
Curzon,
3 apartments on the top floor facing out on the street. Brian is now on the right-hand side, and Patty's at the left-hand side.
Right. And so Patty and I went over. Okay, so we got invited to go to the Magic Castle, Patty and I, but I didn't have any shoes. And so she says,
Let's just gloss over that. Why you had no shoes?
Where was your phone?
in her shoes? She didn't have either one.
I didn't have any.
Let's just gloss over.
I didn't have any good shoes to wear to the Magic.
Did you not have a shoe company that could
No,
give
I
you
literally,
shoes?
I made it to LA with no shoes. I don't know how I didn't have shoes, but I didn't have any shoes. And so Patty's brilliant idea is like, let's go to Mother's because she's going to have...
She's a hoarder.
She's a hoarder.
Yeah.
She's going to have shoes. And I said, yeah, but she's a hoarder. She's the size of a little bird. I am a giant lady with size 10 feet that are wide. There's no way this lady's going to have... Mother's not going to have size 10 giant shoes for me. And she said, oh.
She might.
You don't know. So we walk in here. We go knock on your mom's door. And Mother opens the door. I was like, she's so happy to see us. So she's got company. She says, oh, have a seat. Because she's so, I don't know, high on NyQuil or whatever. But she's super, super
And
like,
doesn't realize all her seats are covered in
covered
stacks
in
of shit.
Yeah. So I'm
Nowhere to
just
sit.
like, I don't know where to go, but okay. So I move some stuff and we're all polite, you know. And then I ask your mom, I go, hey, Bonnie, why do you have bunk beds in your living room? And she goes, well, you never know who's going to come over.
She was dead
Yeah.
set on, well, you know, in case I have company.
Yeah.
First of all, there's stacks of boxes and cat hair covered shit on the top bunk.
Yeah.
In case you wanted to stay in a 300 square foot apartment
Right.
on a filthy bunk bed that's just jammed
She never
wall
knows
to wall.
who's going to come over.
Right.
Okay. So then
And you never know when someone's gonna have.
size 10 wide shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I literally just went over there and I go, hey, Mother, do you have these? I need some shoes to go to the Magic Castle tonight. And she goes, I have just the thing. And she went into that back fucking bedroom and she came out with these Birkenstocks for me, size 10 wide Birkenstocks that I have to this day. And it was so funny because Patty's just like, you're just validating her hoarding. You know that.
It's
right?"
absolutely true.
That's all you're
no,
doing.
She by being
telling
around
her.
her, she fucking made you. One of the few times I road trip with Mother,
She made me tell her she was okay. Basically.
we went into a dollar store type strip mall in Florida,
Yeah.
and it was right before Mother fell into drugs again. But it's like hours before. But we're at a dollar store type thing, and there was the fucking dumbest novelty T-shirt you ever fucking saw. Like, you know, like "Kiss Me, I'm Irish, only dumber," like fucking
Yeah.
Florida style. Like, you know.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, and she goes, "What do you think for Doug?" And I go, "I think Doug would hate that shirt." And she goes, "Well, maybe for later." Like, that was
Maybe
like-
when he gets older.
But here's the fucking creepiest shit she bought there. She bought Vagisil at a dollar store, and she goes, "What do you think?" Like, I have an opinion. I think, you know, I mean, if it was going in my cunt, I'd want it to be fresher. But it's like a hoard. She was gonna hoard like 5 tubes of it.
Oh,
I know.
when Renee and I did the first de-hoard on her place when we had to put her in detox,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
were counting how many batteries, in the hundreds of batteries,
Toothbrushes.
toothbrushes,
Yeah.
in the 78 toothbrushes, in case someone stays over and they don't have a tooth. Who's staying over at your house? You don't have any fucking friends. You're a 60-year-old woman and 0 people that call you or you call.
Oh, do you know though? I did that one time. Like my son and I were at the grocery store, and I go to reach for some canned pineapple, and he said, "No, stop it." And I said, "What are you talking about? What if I run out of pineapple?" And he goes, "Just trust me." and let's go home right now. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
So we go home, and then he puts me in the living room and turns on television and just says, sit here, Mama, and then I'll call you in. And then he he opens up the pantry door, and then he calls me in, and he had faced my entire pantry.
All the pineapples?
I had 25 cans of pineapple. And he was like, what is wrong with you? We wanted to talk to you.
You could buy a phone with this money.
He was like, what is wrong with you? You keep thinking that you're going to run out of pineapple.
T-Mobile now has the pineapple plan. It's $1.99 for a phone.
I do have to catch myself now because I do overbuy shit. Moving to a small
just love
town.
having stuff.
Moving to a small town made me realize why Walmart is so big in the shitty parts of the middle of the country, because buying cheap shit is a form of entertainment in towns.
Yeah,
where
it's
there's nothing else.
That's why
to do.
you go to any Goodwill, any Value Village, anything. It's full of Mexicans or people just like with limited budgets, but we still want to shop as a people.
It's so
we
great.
see, we
It's
can't
beautiful.
hunt,
Yeah.
we can't kill anything, but we can still get a terry cloth shirt.
Portland
for
is a great
$1.99.
example. Portland is a town
Yes.
where everyone's out doing shit. I don't drive a car. I ride a bike. That was the bartender here last night. And we go to things and we go to shows. But when you live in fucking, Zip
Bumfuck,
City,
yeah.
fucking Arkansas, there is no good show. There is nothing. There's a fishing pole. If you can afford bullets, you can kill something cute, or you can buy shit at the dollar store.
Well,
It's just
it's
so
kind
fun.
of like Joe Rogan's thing where you only kill what you eat or whatever. But it seems like people still need that thing where you consume, even though you're fucking broke as shit. You can still go to somewhere and get a shirt for 99 cents.
It's a
but
sick
that's
fucking
what
country.
Mother did.
And you know what you can also do? You can buy Doug Stanhope tickets to
Yes.
Hey,
Toronto and the
Doug Stanhope has a lot of merch, but the greatest line I've ever heard, I've been around Doug Stanhope for years. The best line I ever heard from Doug Stanhope, and it's why his mother fell back into drugs in Florida. He says, "We've got Coke and Mother's holding." Anyway, thanks.
Yeah,
for
well,
supporting
that'll be
comedy.
in the book for sure. That's actually, I have a notebook now of just shit I have to write down from Mother. I think I'm going to have to disappear. This is going to be the second 30 days in the hole where I have to go away to write, because at home there's just too many. Even the fucking 30 days in that trailer, my pets found me. So my dog's either barking above the fucking trailer.
You
from
try
the other
sobering
house.
up around Meatwig.
You can't do it.
Yeah,
But
so
I want to go in the hole too, because I want to go on the.
I know you keep tweeting that you want to do
You
it.
can't.
Can you put me in
You
the
can't
fat camp?
rehab. You
It's a
can't.
1962 vintage trailer. You think that bed's built to hold you? You'd snap that thing in fucking two. Every time you tweet me, I go, I'll just pretend I didn't see it.
You can't. You can't make a conscious choice to quit arthritis.
I just want. No, I mean I wanted to stop eating for 2 seconds because I can't. Arthritis.
Shouldn't your fingers hurting be that much motivation?
I
When
did
you're
some-
gripping the
but-
sandwich, it hurts.
I could put you on a fucking good diet.
What is it?
Come diet.
Num num.
Well, you've been on
Fucking
that.
Vitamix. The Vitamix is the best
I gotta
thing in
get
the
one
world.
of those. I think
It's
I do wanna get-
$386.
Doug
That's
Stanhope,
more
can
than
you
half your rent.
get your people who listen to this to buy Kristine Levine
No,
a
she's not
juicer
gonna-
and a phone?
She needs to be
That's what we're
supervised
doing.
and supervised like Guantanamo supervised.
That's what I mean. That's why I want to go.
Get
to
her an
Tin Can
orange
Rehab.
jumpsuit and the
I wanna
rest will
go to
take
Tin
care of
Can
itself.
Rehab and have only my meals brought to me on a little
Nothing.
tiny plate.
Nobody delivers.
Oh damn it! This Eva.
But you can eat all the time if you eat decent shit. Just eat all the fucking time.
Have you
Yeah, I
tried
just-
making peace with your Lord figure?
No, you know what's happened to me? This is what's happened to me is that like I've gained 20 pounds since I've gotten this stuff, and I was fat already. But the reason I think it's so funny because it's like, oh, you think that you wanted to lose weight and move around. Well, now you have a disease where you can't fucking move around. And then it just and
Fucking
but eating,
terrifying.
Yeah, I can fucking eat, and then so then I keep eating, and I'm on prednisone, which makes me want to eat fucking more. And now I'm just ridiculously fat. Now
Well,
I'm
you
cartoon
can come
fat.
down to the fuck.
You're not
yeah.
ridiculously fat. You're sexy fat.
Shut up.
Take off
I'm like
your
a fetish
goddamn
fat now?
hat.
Yeah, take off them pounds.
No, you. Take off your hat.
Oh, the hat again.
Oh,
I'm
do
fetish
this.
fat.
I'm on the hat again. I went pants.
Well,
and
you
went
saw the
hat.
girl that I did
Yes,
the
yes.
Hustler
Oh, my God.
pictorial with.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
fuck her.
she's
round.
Her and the other like freakish plastic surgery girl.
Yeah, that was weird.
We're talking between
pictures.
What was her
And-
fetish?
I'll tell you
Fat
this.
girl's fetish.
Splashing.
Yeah,
Splashing.
splashing.
What?
Splash porn.
What's that?
Splashing is where they fire
Great.
different
Just
foodstuffs out of an
stand.
air cannon at the
At her
fat
belly.
girl.
Do you remember when we were in a? Okay, I won't name names, but Henry Phillips was there. When we're in we were ordering a hooker, and you went fat guy, and you just wanted a hooker to come feed you.
Oh,
No, she's gonna jump on
Yeah.
the fucking bed like girls on trampolines, wasn't it?
No, but earlier you called it. We had that happen, and we wanted Henry, anyway. But
He ain't married.
You called and you go, I just want you to come and feed me some cake. And this one girl's like, and then she goes,
Don't
oh
you
baby,
do that
I'll
right
feed
now."
you some fucking pie. And Doug goes, don't get with the salty talk. And then we did get a
It's
hooker.
the same voice I do for when I have Bingo
Bingo's
Bingaman
voice.
do as my co-host. And this is my co-host. Hi,
Yeah.
this is Amy Bingo Bingaman.
Yeah. Please.
I have a sausage fetish that I like to eat. Sausages.
He ordered a hooker.
Gravy, the
But
gravy.
The hooker we got was a
That's
different one, and she wanted music. And I go, you want music like the girls on trampoline? And she goes, yeah, I like that show. And she jumped on the mattress while we played, I think, commercial music. It was awful.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
We just try to help locals wherever we go.
Hey, the Impractical Jokers. I don't know if you saw that their tour video, but evidently me and Bingo were in it.
Hey, and this is a rare thing. I'm not going to kill myself, and I actually have a plug, but I can't maybe find it. But I'm going to be in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. I'm going back to Florida. This time, I'm not being
Where are you
compelled to
playing?
go there. Someplace in Fort Lauderdale. Crispy.
Damon Figler.
Fucking shit. I had it on my thing a minute ago, and then I looked at porn.
Okay, anyway, I'm going to be at Dante's
Did you
April
look
30th.
at porn? Hang on.
Dante's.
You looked
No,
at
it
porn
was just...
while we-
It was just on my
Because you
thing.
looked that up when we went to the bathroom, and you looked at porn. while
No,
you
it
were
was just
walking your
on
dog?
there. It was just on there amongst other things.
All right, you find that and be quiet. And Kristine Levine, a
I'll be at
professional in comparison, where will you be?
I'll be headlining Dante's April 30th,
Hey, Doug.
2015.
2015, yes. And myself, Richie Stratton, Whitney Street, and Jimmy Newstetter, and we're all very funny.
All right. I might be going to
Okay.
another hemisphere to write this book, but I don't know yet.
And Andy Andrist
What a
will be at
Fiji
the
or something.
Crispy Tiki on 4/18 and 4/20. If you like rock and roll and you like comedy and you like somebody getting fucked up after a show, come out to the whatever I just said
Crispy
earlier.
Tiki.
I think
Tiki?
crazy, Chris. It's so I
Crazy
can't
Tiki
fucking.
in Fort Lauderdale. All right.
My eyesight is shit, and it's creepy tiki,
Creepy Tiki.
not crispy.
He's going to be at every Tiki in Fort Lauderdale,
If you got
ladies
crispy,
and gentlemen.
you got
Thank you for
creepy.
listening to the Kristine Levine at Large podcast and the Doug Stanhope SwapCast and the Andy Andrist non-cast
yeah,
and
listen
Bingy
again.
Bingaman next cast.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks. I hope this all worked out well. We'll have more shit. Well, I'm sure we're going to tape something from L.A. before we go to Mexico, before I go to the great place we just came from to go write a book.
And don't bring a fucking goat to the new stadium, Wrigley.
That didn't make any sense.
I
And
know,
that fucking
huh?
sets the tone. Good night.